I remember Outwood and the house where I was born. Front garden had some privet, back garden had a lawn. Flowers in profusion of every shade and hue, but the coloured Russell lupins always seemed to turn to blue. I remember Outwood Cottage, where 5 sisters and a brother were raised by Gran and Grandad, and one became my mother. Situate on Ledger Lane, with an orchard at the rear, and a lovely cat called Peggy who had kittens every year. I remember a privy at the bottom of the yard. The sisters always went in pairs, one of them kept guard. In the garden there were brown hens scratching in the ground. It was very often quite a while before the eggs were found. I remember Outwood School, the one on Ledger Lane. Messrs Sheard and Rowlands, each one with his cane.
Learn your tables. Don't talk.
These were their command.
That's not right. You should know better. Hold out your hand.
I remember Outwood Plump, a hillock and tall trees, meadow sweet and dandelions, butterflies and bees. Horrid stinging nettles that stung one's arms and legs, prickly bramble bushes, but not with many legs. I remember Dr. Bottomley and a dingy waiting room, everybody coughing, scenes of utter gloom. Then for pill and medicine you went to Butterfield. In a few weeks' time you'd be either dead or healed. I remember bright red buses going to Wakefield and to Leeds. Mum and Dad went shopping to meet their every needs.
Move along there!
The conductor issued tickets. The bell rang out. As the journey started,
Hold tight!
you'd hear her shout. I remember the acres and the headleys where we played, rhubarb fields up spring hills that we often used to raid. Then Macaulay caught us, and what did he say? What do you think you're doing?
We're only eating rhubarb.
Alright, as long as you don't eat it all, you can stay and play. I remember Boot the barber with his scissors and his clippers, shave the beards of old men, cut the locks of nippers, comics for the children on the seats around the shop, as you wait for short back and sides and a little bit off top.
Have you read this?
They
Have read all of them.
No, I've stopped that.
I remember the women in their headscarves and their shawls, doing the weekly shopping, making various calls, filling their baskets with
sugar, eggs, and ham, peaches in a tin, Dolly Blue, and strawberry jam.
Firewood! Get the
I
firewood!
remember Firewood Arthur, who came whate'er the weather, a pony and a cart drawn by Billy Leather.
Rags, rags,
Barrel is he seeking rags, Hallis with his coal, Paddy with his herrings,
Best herrings that we've ever had, missy.
and the lamplighter with his pole. I remember Outwood Empire and the films we used to see, a pleasurable pastime in the days before TV. Laurel and Hardy, Joan Crawford and Gary Cooper. Once you settled in your seat, the flicks were really super. I remember Hubert Libby and Archie Briggs as well. Really reverend gentlemen at church at Toppert Hill. Very busy they were kept, with hatches and with matches. And then in nearby cemetery with people's sad dispatches. I remember club trips from the old Loftus station, waiting on the platform, scenes of great elation, travelling via Stanley on a proper cuffer train. But when we reached the seaside it always seemed to rain. I remember winter nights when the fire's glow was nice, playing snakes and ladders, shaking out the dice. Tiddlywinks and dominoes. Then Dad came on the scene with some lovely chocky biscuits and a mug of Ovaltine. I remember a train set I got when I was 10. My friend and I set it up time and time again. On my birthday I would add a bit, and at Christmas a bit more, until we had a train set with accoutrements galore. I remember Yorkshire pudding served to us on Sunday, meat and tatey pie from leftovers on Monday, dumplings and stew made from cheaper kinds of meat. But the trifle in a dish was a very special treat. I remember old men gathered, passing time of day, talking of their ailments and cricket's state of play, Bradman and Hutton, then topics more severe, for in spite of Chamberlain's efforts, war was drawing near. I remember waking up when the streets were dimly lit, the sound of clogs on causeway, men going to the pit. For many men in Outwood, coal was their stress and strife, but a pint in the Drum and Monk it soon brought them back to life. I remember carolers singing at the door, "Oh, come all ye faithful," and many, many more. Sometimes they were invited in, refreshment to partake, a cup of cheer, a mince pie and a piece of Christmas cake.
I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Though the years are swiftly passing, my memories linger on. Some of the places I've recalled still stand, some have gone. But I hope that in the future, in this village of Outwood, prosperity will reign supreme and everything will be good.